Hello, it's Miss Smith here, ready to teach your first RE lesson. Our LQ today, our learning question, is what is important to Christians? So far this academic year, we've been learning about Christianity, and we're going to be looking and exploring that further. Firstly, I would like you to have a think about this question. So, what does it mean to belong to a religion? This doesn't have to be Christianity in particular, it could be any religion. But what do you think it means to belong to a religion? Pause me here and answer the question. Okay, then, so you might have come up with lots of different ideas, such as belonging to a religion might feel a bit like a family or a community. I'm sure that most of you will agree that belonging to a religion would mean you'd have some sort of belief in a god or a higher power. And also it might be other things, like it might help make people feel safe by belonging to a religion, or feeling loved perhaps, and maybe it'll just make some people a better person. Next question, just to start us off, is what do you think a Christian, well, what would you say a Christian is? So we've already spoken about what it's like being part of a religion, or what that might mean, but what would you say a Christian is? Pause me here and have a go at answering that. Okay then, so you would probably have a different idea to maybe your neighbour would have if we were in class. A Christian is somebody who believes in God and worships, okay? And this can look different depending on who that person is and how they choose to follow that faith. And that can vary from all over the world as to how people choose to follow Christianity. We're going to be focusing today in particular on what is important to Christians. So starting off, you're going to need some resources next to build something or to make things. It might be some Play-Doh if you've got some Play-Doh at home. You might have some Lego, or if you think, oh, I haven't got anything at home that I can make something with, then you could just sketch your ideas on a piece of paper. What I'd like you to do is, using the items around the house that you found, I would like you to make an object, or more than one object, that shows what is important to a Christian. So if you would like, you can pause me here, go and gather your items, and then make me some objects. One object, maybe, I would say a maximum of 5 objects that show what is important to Christians. Pause me here and press play when you're ready. Okay, so you should have made your objects at the moment. I'd really love to see some pictures sent in of what your objects were, because some of these could get put into our RE learning book in our classrooms, because I'd like to see what you thought of. And whatever your object is, so for example, we've got a Christmas tree in this picture, maybe an aeroplane, okay? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter, but I would like you to think about why you think that that is important to Christians. Why did you choose to make that object and not something else? Pause me here whilst you reflect on your decision. Now, this is the point where in class we get the opportunity to share our ideas, but unfortunately we can't do that at the moment. But again, please, when you're sending through these pictures of your objects, it'd be really nice if you could include your reasoning behind why you made that. No object is wrong, okay, so you could have made whatever you liked or whatever you thought was important to a Christian, as long as you explain and justify your answer along the bottom. In a moment, you're going to be watching 2 videos, okay, and it's 2 videos of different Christians, and they're going to explain a bit about their faith and how being a Christian helps them feel and makes them feel. The links for these videos are available on our website. Where you found the video of me speaking to you now, there is also a document called RE Links. And on this document, it says Lesson 1, which is the lesson that we're on at the moment, and it gives you 2 links for websites here. By clicking on these, it should take you to a website that looks like this. This is the first video, and it says Meet a Christian, James. you're going to watch this video. It's only 1.5 minutes long. And then afterwards, there is a second video, so this second link here, okay, where you will meet a different Christian. And it will look something like this. And this video is a little bit shorter. It's only 1 minute and 8 seconds. Whilst you're watching these videos, I've got some questions that I'd like you to have a think about. You are more than welcome to pause me here, okay, when I've shown you the questions, and you can pause the videos and go back to the videos as much as you need to, and back to these questions so you don't forget them. What I'd like you to think about is, what did these people say was important to them about being a Christian? What objects might they have made if asked the same question? So where you made your objects here, what do you think James would make? What do you think this Christian would make? Then the last couple of questions is, would they have made the same things that you made? Okay, would they have maybe missed something out? So maybe you made a Christmas tree like this one here. Maybe they wouldn't have chosen that. Why not? Is there something different that they would have made instead? So these are the 3 questions I would like you to think about whilst watching those videos. Pause me here, and once you finish watching the videos and answering those questions, press play again. Right then guys, so you've watched those videos now and you've had to think about these questions. Hopefully you'll find that some of the objects that you chose to make, you would still agree that actually, yeah, I think this Christian would have also made these objects. Or you might change your mind slightly. You might think, actually, my objects maybe didn't reflect what's important to a Christian, but now I have a better understanding. And if I had to make those objects again, I would change it slightly and I would do something different. I've got a few more questions to think about before we finish up for the lesson. And these are just think about questions. You don't have to write anything down to answer them. Okay, I just want you to reflect upon your learning from today. And our first question is, this is quite a personal question. So it says, what objects would you have made if you were asked to make objects that were most important to you? Not making objects for Christians anymore, but what is important for you or to you, what objects would you have made? If you've still got the resources out in front of you, you're more than welcome to pause me right now and you can make some of your own objects of what you would say was important to you. Please feel free to send me a picture of these as well, as I'd be really interested in to see what you would make. For example, I think I would definitely make some form of model or picture of my dog because he's very important to me, and that would be quite a big thing for myself. Next question says, can you show everything that is important to you through objects? So if you like, you can pause me here and have a think about that. So can you show everything that is important to you through objects? Now this question depends on who you are and what your important objects were. Because some of you, your important objects or your important things in life, okay, might be something that you cannot see, you cannot feel. So for example, maybe love, your family and friends' love. You couldn't make that into an object, but that could be something that's very important to you. Some of you might have created the object of your friends or family, and that would count as well. Final question on this slide is, are some things impossible to share through objects? So are there some ideas that may be important to others that are impossible to share through objects? Pause me here and have a think about it. Okay then, so depending what you chose, my personal view on that last question, it says, are some things impossible to share through objects? I would say that yes, some things are, like I mentioned, maybe the love that you would feel for one another, or patience and things like that. But at the same time, I think, whilst I couldn't show love, I could perhaps show who I love or who loves me. Or maybe I could show how I feel when that is around and why that is important. So you might not be able to share it through objects. And I think this last one is particularly important when speaking about God, okay? Because there is no physical body of God, Okay, and that's when Christians may have lots of different objects that help represent God and Jesus and their faith without actually being God and being Jesus. It's more just to represent that person or that feeling. Okay, then, so to end our lesson, we need to recap our learning question, and it was, what is important to Christians? If at this point in the lesson you're thinking, oh, I'm still not 100% sure, I've got some ideas, but not very many, you are more than welcome to perhaps ask an adult and have a conversation with a sibling who's at home, or you can move on and do some of your own research to find out. I would like you to answer this learning question, please, on a piece of paper. And if you need help with a sentence stem, I'm going to write you one here. So when answering what is important to Christians, I would personally write, it says, I think that ... is important to Christians because. And it's that because that's really important. Because like I said when we were making those objects, there is no right or wrong answer, providing you can justify your reasoning. All right, I want to see, why did you choose those objects and why do you think that? Okay, then that is the end of your first RE lesson. Please, like I've mentioned several times, send me some pictures of those objects that you've made. I'd be really interested to see them. And please share your learning answer with myself as well. I will see you guys next time, or speak to you next time, for lesson 2 of RE. Thank you. Bye.